So,
Yeah, can you hear me?
yep, we're all good.
Beautiful. Yes, I am on the road. Kind of been a crazy week here, but wanted to do this just in respect to Johnny. I think Tip's getting on later. Um, I know a year ago at about this time, Johnny and I had several conversations about his future and what it is and what it entails. And the one thing I knew is he had already had a pretty good year, but he could take his play to a different level. Another year in our program, improve his draft status, accomplished a lot of special things. And he's now standing here as a consensus All-American. Reddit kind of kept me in the loop as things unfolded. I talked to several voters that vote for several things, and one of the things I've really prided myself on as a head coach is as much as these guys give us, I want to try to give them as much as I can as well. And to hear so many writers across the country, coaches, people that had votes on various awards, speak so highly of Johnny, what he stood for, what he represented. I told every one of those people that I talked to that not only is he a great player, he's never going to, embarrass or diminish the name of any awards or accolades that he's gotten. This past year has been special. I think not only to see Johnny play, but what he did to our team, how he affected the intensity and the level of our game when he was in there, and especially when he wasn't in there. So, been around a lot of really good players. Everybody has their own place, right? Their own idea, their own space in my head as a head coach. But I would tell you, this guy, as much as it sounds crazy to say, I think he's got his best football yet to come. His early down presence, his strength, his burst, his speed, his agility. The NFL teams, when they begin to work him out, are going to be amazed by his football IQ, his acumen, his awareness. He's going to, I think, vault even higher once they start doing one-on-one meetings. So couldn't be prouder, couldn't be happier. Congrats, Johnny, on a consensus All-American. And Brett, am I answering any questions about Johnny, or am I
Yeah,
tuning out?
if anybody has one about Johnny, we can go real quick, but we want to get into Johnny pretty quickly here.
Brett, just what was the impact of him on your program?
Really from day one, I came in, I saw his body, I saw his work ethic. I remember going through the first conditioning drills. To say that the team didn't handle those first couple of sessions very well would be an understatement. But Johnny never backs out of a drill. I've never literally seen him stop working out. So the standard and the level of play that he established early on since we got here to where we are today, I would think last year too, when I was doing all these interviews with NFL teams about Quan and Spoon and the Brown brothers last year. One of the things I kept saying, right? NFL teams that draft early, they want guys that change cultures, right? And Johnny and his approach, his demeanor, his competitive nature in practice, his ability to talk a little smack to the other side of the ball, and then also perform at a high level, literally helped change the direction of our program. And a lot of great things have happened here since we've come, but I think the future of what we are is a lot of what Johnny is. And to be quite honest, obviously some of you guys really follow recruiting. Even just this past weekend, we had some guys on campus. Johnny's got a million different things going on in his life as he's trying to sort things through. And he literally came over and spent time with our recruits on the recruiting visit. Anything we can do, anything he can do to help our program move forward, he's done it. Obviously, there's another Newton at home that I'd hope he'd help us out even more with. So we're trying to do as much as we can to capitalize on not just his time here, but also his time in the future.
But with Johnny, he obviously came back and had some goals he wanted to accomplish. How did you see him accomplish those? Like, what would you see in his approach day to day that allowed him to check the boxes he wanted to check?
I think Johnny probably can answer that best, but what I want to do is I wanted last year to be better than this year for him specifically as a player. And that definitely happened. I think he took his play, especially on third down pass rushes, and some end of game scenarios. A lot of times, guys will say, "Coach, is there a play that stands out in your mind?" And I've never said this to Johnny, but if you take the Iowa game a year ago, and there was a desperado play, which means the last play of the game against Iowa, where they were trying to throw the ball around, and Johnny was on the field, and he literally tackled a guy 3 times. Now, it didn't go down for any tackles because you got to have the ball in your hand when you tackle you, and the whistle has to be called dead. But Johnny literally tackled the ball carrier 3 times on one play, while no one else tackled anybody, and it was literally from sideline to sideline. And what it says to me is that's the last play of the game on a player that's 300 pounds plus that's already played over 70 snaps, and that last snap was the hardest snap of the game, and he made 3 tackles. That's the definition of Johnny Newton that sticks in my mind.
I appreciate you joining here, Coach. We'll let you get back to it on the road.
Where's yours, Mr. Newton?
Oh, yeah, wow.
Appreciate you, buddy. You guys have a great day.
Bob,
All
you
right.
want to kick us off here?
Yeah, Johnny, I just want to know what your immediate plans are in terms of going to the draft. Are you thinking about going, or are you not thinking about going? Tell me how your mindset is on that whole idea of going to Detroit for the draft.
I'm head first about it. I'm gonna be there for sure. 1,000%.
You're gonna go.
1,000%. Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Why? Why? Why you want to go?
I feel like it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. Uh, I just feel like I always grew up watching people get called on the first day, and I just knew that was a dream of mine since I started playing the game of football. So for me to be able to do it, I feel like that'd be a great achievement of mine.
Thanks.
Sure.
I guess, Johnny, now that the season's been over for a couple weeks, when you reflect on your career at Illinois, I guess what are the biggest or first things that you've kind of been thinking about?
Um, just changing the culture, honestly. I don't really pay attention too much to like my personal accolades or anything like that, but just seeing how our young bucks are their demeanor and their work ethic is reflecting off of what I brought to the program. That's a great feeling to me.
Johnny, congratulations, first of all. But what are your plans as far as preparing for the draft? Are you going to stick around, or are you going to go back home and work out? And what are some things that you want to, improve your body at before the draft?
Yeah, about to go home soon. Train in Florida for a little bit, and pick wherever I want to train at. I know I'm going to start training for the draft January 2nd, and what I want to improve in my body is just decreasing my body fat.
John, I've got 2 if I could. A consensus All-American. You're going to have your plaque in Grange Grove, your jersey in the Smith Center. Have you processed that, and what does that mean to you to have that kind of opportunity and that legacy at Illinois?
It's pretty cool. I remember last year, right when they put Spoon jersey up in the Smith Center, I was like, man, that's crazy. Like, we was just on the same team. Now he got a plaque uh, and his jersey hung up, and I saw both of them. And I was like, man, I got to have that before I leave. So just that people thought of me in that same area, it's pretty cool to me. Honestly, it's a blessing and an honor to be in like the same boat as some of those people.
How do you get to do that, John, to take these goals that you had, whether it be improving your draft status or some of these individual milestones? How'd you fulfill those? What was key to you this season and making sure all of that happened?
Just staying healthy, honestly. I knew what I could provide, what I could do. My biggest goal this season was staying healthy and stacking games. I knew coming to a lot of the games, I was going to have to play a lot of snaps. So just getting back, that recovery process was big for me every week. My diet was huge for me. Um, just everything in that aspect. I feel like staying healthy was my most important thing this year, and just giving back info to the young guys.
Thanks, Johnny. Congrats.
I guess what was it like after the last game of the season? You stayed out there for a while to talk to fans. Can you just talk about what it meant to see so many fans like get talk to them, and just what it meant to see all that appreciation?
Yeah, honestly, it just felt legendary. That's the only way I could say it. It was crazy. I was just in cracked a few days ago. Uh, one of the boys in the band, like, thank you for staying after the game with us. That really meant a lot to me. And just things like that just mean a lot to me. Uh, Seeing other people happy, really. Uh, Being able to brighten people's day. I feel like that's the greatest achievement I could have.
Jeremy up?
Mhm.
Like Jeremy's frozen.
He's frozen.
Oh,
I'll go ahead. Johnny, is it true you kind of had a conversation with JMO in the middle of the year about, hey, just don't take me out of games anymore? Like, I mean, it just seemed like your snap count went, to about 70 plus from about the last half of the year on. Is that more or less kind of how this worked?
Yeah, that always depended on how the game was going. Like I know if it was a close game, I know I was well in shape, well conditioned to play every snap. Like I said, my biggest thing was just staying healthy. So I knew my recovery process throughout the week was crazy, but I managed to stay healthy. And all the tight games we had during the game, it was like a game time decision. I would be like, take me out or keep me in. Don't take me out. I'll see him seven, been ready to sub somebody in, and I'm just waving them off. But if I feel like I ever needed a breather, which was rare, I'll just tell them put such and such in the game.
Johnny, the next snap of football that you'll play will be with an NFL team. You think about that. What emotions come to mind about making the jump?
Just crazy, honestly. I was working out with Denzel Jackson yesterday, and I just started doing some pass rush moves in the weight room. I was like, man, the next time we do a one-on-one rep, it's gonna be on the NFL team. He's like, yeah, that's crazy to think about. So I can't really process the feeling right now, but just thinking about it is outrageous. I've been at Illinois for the past 4 years. Like I feel like Illinois is all I know. So taking that next step is going to be huge for me.
Johnny, I know it's a little bit early, but have you gotten any feedback yet from your agent on where you might land in the draft?
No feedback yet. Hopefully top 10, whoever, top 5, hopefully after the combine training. But no, I ain't get no feedback yet.
Can't talk right now. I'm on a Zoom. I'll call you back, okay? Bye.
I took care of when we're in there. Jeremy, you can go back.
Yeah, sorry about that, John. You and Spoon did things that obviously haven't been done in a while. Consensus All-America, first-round draft picks likely. Have you gotten his feedback, or have you talked to him, Johnny, about what you guys have done or how to go about this process over the next, several months?
No, I was literally thinking about that earlier though. That's crazy that you asked that. I was thinking about that this morning, about hand Spoon up, asking about everything. But nah, we talked before the season though. Like he knew what was up. He was like, man, you just got 6 months of grinding, and I feel like I did it. Um, but the job's not done yet. I feel like after the draft it will be. So still putting in a lot of work, but I'm gonna hit Spoon up for sure, either today or tomorrow, and ask him about it.
Have you learned anything just watching him go through this past year and have this success?
Yeah, just be yourself. I feel like that's been Spoon the whole time. He hasn't tried to like act like anybody else. Spoon just Spoon all the time, having fun. So I feel like that's what I'll do 1,000%.
Thanks, John.
For sure.
Johnny, I know after the Northwestern game, you talked a lot about just living in the moment. So when things finally settled and you had a second to reflect, what was the first thing you thought about, whether it be your entire career or just last season? Like, what emotion came over you and hit you?
Not really, other than like just waking up and taking my ass back to sleep. I feel like that's the best feeling ever. That's the best feeling ever. I mean, I keep receiving all the accolades and stuff. It's pretty cool, but like I'm still working out every single day early in the morning, so it still feel like I'm still in that grind, if you know what I mean. Uh, yeah, I take a lot of things as motivation, and so I feel like I'll recognize everything after I get drafted.
You hear Coach B say that you changed the culture of the program. What's that mean to hear coming from the head coach?
Oh, that's crazy. Uh, but I can see where you're coming from. I just approach every day, just having fun, enjoying the process. I knew every day I had less and less time with the team, the coaches, and the building. So I just brought my best every day, enjoying everything, just giving younger guys that talk like, bro, it's gonna fly by. I promise you. Like I remember my first day here, so just have fun, enjoy the time with your brothers, and just bringing that dog mentality. You only get one shot at it, so give it your all every day. And I feel like that's what a lot of the younger guys are doing now. So hopefully everybody sees the change.
Johnny,
Johnny, how special is your relationship with Terence Shannon? There's a guy that could be an All-American on the hoops floor. He wore your shirt during warm-ups. You would wear his jersey at State Farm. Has that been kind of special for you this year to kind of have that kind of wingman?
Oh yeah, that guy, he's a loser. Let me stop. Nah, that's my brother from another for sure. Uh, just played Madden the other day with him. We literally talk every day. Uh, but yeah, it was pretty cool having that. I'm playing football, doing my thing. He's playing basketball, definitely doing his thing this season. We both just motivate each other to another level. We both know what we want in life, and as y'all can see, he's putting on for sure. There's hoping we could be 2 top 10, but we always say top 5 draft picks.
hey Johnny, your brother is going to play for Toledo in the bowl game or not? And are you going?
He playing for sure, but I don't know if I'm going yet. Arizona far from Florida, so I still got to see. That's a stretch. I ain't never been out there. Hopefully, I can make it though. That'd be cool, new state, and just to see my brother play again. So hopefully, I can. I don't got no plans yet though.
Are you a little jealous about him getting another game?
Uh, yeah, in a way. I feel like last year was the only bowl game. It was the only bowl game I played in, and it was probably I had the time of my life with my teammates. Down in Tampa those 2 days. So I would say I'm a little jealous, but they deserved it. They had a great season so far, and hopefully more to come.
Thanks. We'll see you in Detroit.
Yes, sir, for sure.
Johnny, when you decided to make the decision to go to the draft, who did you contact first and talk about how special that conversation was?
I was talking to my parents about it, honestly. Uh, I just found out I was talking to an agent and they was telling me about how much tickets I would get to the draft. I'm like, man, I was trying to bring the whole city to that thing. But nah, we just we figured plans out and came up with they was like, man, it's a once in a lifetime thing. You're one of the top players in the draft class, so just go and do it. A lot of my family gonna be watching on TV, so it'll be a special moment.
All good with Johnny? Johnny, really appreciate you jumping on here.
Thanks, Johnny,
Appreciate
man.
you.
Good luck.
Thanks, man.
Yes, sir. All right.
Looks like tips on